My stepmother spread lies that my birth mother deserted me because I was unworthy, so I showed her the true sting of abandonment. 3 months after my mom's burial, Mara moved in, transforming our home as if erasing every trace of our past life. At social gatherings, she'd whisper to guests about my troubled behavior, claiming my real mom couldn't handle such a difficult child. She left when Ava was 8, Mara would say, dabbing crocodile tears, never even a goodbye. Imagine abandoning your own kid like that? My mom died of cancer, slowly, painfully. I held her hand through every chemo session, every sleepless night. But Mara rewrote the truth, casting herself as the noble stepmother saving a broken soul. Her lies grew bolder. At my school's family night, she told teachers I had rejection issues from being discarded by my birth mother. She suggested I needed therapy for attachment problems I didn't have. When other parents asked about my mom, Mara would sigh mournfully. "Some women just aren't built for motherhood," she'd say. "Thank heavens Ava has me now. My dad bought her story, or maybe he preferred it." Easier than admitting he'd replaced mom before her grave settled. I started recording everything. Her staged sobs, her martyr act, her lies about my so-called behavior issues. For 3 years, I collected proof of her emotional sabotage. The breaking point hit at my 16th birthday party. While grabbing dessert plates, I overheard Mara telling her book club about my inherited tendency to be abandoned. Her mother had the same weakness, she said, just up and left one day. Ava's probably got those same broken traits. That night, I set my plan in motion. I'd been babysitting and pet-sitting since 13, hiding cash Mara never knew about. By 16, I had enough to vanish. I waited until Dad left for his annual fishing trip with his brothers. Tuesday morning, I packed essentials and left a single note on Mara's dresser. "Now you'll know what real abandonment feels like. Unlike my mom, I'm choosing to leave." I moved to my Aunt Leela's 4 states away. She was Mom's sister, cut off by Mara's venomous tailies. For 6 months, I lived quietly, finishing high school online and working at Leela's bakery. Mara called the cops, claimed I was kidnapped, played the distraught stepmother, but I was legally free to stay with family. Through Dad's brother, I heard the fallout. Without me as her pity project, Mara's perfect stepmother mask cracked. Dad learned she'd been intercepting letters from Mom's family for years. Her lies unraveled, but I saved the worst for last. On the anniversary of Mom's death, I mailed Dad copies of texts from Mara's phone, sent to her sister 2 weeks before Mom's funeral, griping about waiting for the cancer patient to die so she could redecorate. Dad called me that night sobbing. Divorce papers were filed the next day. Last month, 2 years after I left, a lawyer sent me a package. Inside was a key and a note from Mara, now in a tiny apartment across town. She'd lost everything in the divorce: house, money, status. The note was short: "You won. But there's something about your mother's death you don't know, something I never told your father." I stared at those words for an hour, hands shaking. What could Mara know about Mom's death that I didn't? I was there holding her hand as she took her last breath. I saw the flatline. I helped Dad plan the funeral. The key had an address tag. Storage Unit 247B, 20 minutes from Mara's new place. I called Leela about the note. "Don't go alone," she said instantly. "That woman's caused enough pain. It might be another trick, but I had to know." Not knowing would haunt me, just as Mara wanted. The next Saturday, Leela and I went to the storage facility. The key worked. Inside Unit 247B were boxes of papers, photo albums I'd never seen, and medical records predating Mom's diagnosis. One box held letters between Mara and doctors, not Mom's doctors, but oncologists from other states. They discussed experimental treatments, second opinions, alternative therapies, dated when Mom was in early-stage care. Why would Mara contact doctors? I asked, puzzled. Leela held a thick folder, her face pale. "Ava," she whispered, "look at this." The folder had Mom's real medical records, not the simplified versions I'd seen as a kid. Treatment plans, prognosis updates, and chilling notes about delayed decisions. Mom's cancer was caught at stage 1, highly treatable, with a 90% survival rate. But treatment was stalled for months over family considerations. Insurance forms listed Dad as the primary decision-maker. He'd sat on them for 3 months. In that time, the cancer jumped to stage 3. By the time treatment started, Mom's survival odds were under 30%. Why would Dad delay? I stammered. Leela pulled out another folder. It had financial records, life insurance policies, Dad's business logs, and bank statements showing debts I never knew existed. Dad's construction firm was failing. He'd taken loans against the house, maxed out credit cards, and tapped Mom's retirement fund. Bankruptcy loomed when Mom was diagnosed. Her $2 million life insurance policy paid out only if she died within 5 years of the policy's start, a deadline 6 months after her diagnosis. No, I gasped, stepping back. Dad loved Mom, he wouldn't. But the evidence was clear. Dad delayed treatment until the cancer was terminal, ensuring the payout, and Mara helped. Emails between them, sent 8 months before Mom's death, showed they'd planned it. Mara researched the insurance clause, found doctors to justify waiting. Another box had audio tapes from Mom's final month. I played one in a dusty player in the unit. Mom's weak voice filled the space. I keep asking Daniel why we're waiting for experimental treatment. The doctor said standard chemo could start now, but he says Mara found a better option. A pause. I trust him. He's taking such good care of me. Mara, too. She brings me soup every day, sits with me when Daniel's at work. I'm so lucky. I stopped the tape, vomiting in the corner. Leela rubbed my back as I sobbed. Your mom never knew, she said. She thought they were saving her, but Mara knew. She knew Mom was dying because they withheld treatment. I realized why Mara kept this evidence, not guilt, but leverage against Dad. She'd saved every document implicating him, destroying those pointing to her. But she'd slipped. Her arrogance preserved evidence against them both. Another box had Mara's journal starting 3 months before Mom's death. Day 12. Daniel's wavering, searching treatment options online, must remind him of the insurance deadline. Day 28. Made Daniel swear not to tell doctors about earlier symptoms. If they know how long we've waited, they'll rush treatment. Day 41. Perfect. Second opinion doctor agrees to wait for the optimal window. Daniel thinks we're being thorough. Day 67. Hard to watch her suffer, but we're too close to stop. Daniel wanted to start chemo last night. Reminded him we'd lose the house, Ava's college fund. Day 89, it's working. Oncologist says the cancer's too advanced for a cure. Daniel looked relieved. He knows we're past the deadline. The final entry the day before Mom died, she asked if I'd care for Ava. I promised I would. Easy lie to a dying woman. Tomorrow, Daniel and I start our real life. Leela read over my shoulder. They murdered your mother, she said. Not the cancer, them. I called the district attorney's office that day. Detective Larson listened for 2 hours as I shared the tapes, documents, and journal. This is solid evidence, she said. The statute of limitations on insurance fraud is 5 years, but murder has none. Withholding life-saving treatment resulting in death. In Ohio, that's depraved heart murder, 1st degree. The investigation moved fast. Within a week, Larson subpoenaed Dad's financial records, confirmed the debts, and verified the insurance timeline. Mom's oncologist confirmed early treatment would have saved her. Dad was arrested at his new apartment. Mara was picked up at her grocery job. Local news exploded. Businessman accused of wife's murder for insurance payout. I watched from Leela's living room, feeling empty. For 4 years, I'd grieved a tragedy. Learning it was murder changed everything. Grief turned to rage, sadness to fury. But there was relief. Mom hadn't abandoned me. She'd been stolen. The trial began 8 months later. I testified, reading Mara's journal to the jury. Jurors wept when I read her promise to care for me. Dad's lawyer claimed Mara manipulated him. The prosecutor showed emails proving Dad initiated the insurance talks. Mara's lawyer called the journal fiction, but the tapes confirmed it. Guilty on all counts: murder, fraud, conspiracy. Dad got life without parole. Mara, 30 years, eligible for parole after 20. At sentencing, I read my victim impact statement. Mom died thinking she was loved, I said, staring at them. She was grateful for your care, never knowing you killed her for money. Dad avoided my eyes. Mara glared with cold hate. I hope prison reminds you of her voice, her trust, and what it felt like when I left you. After, Larson told me about a safety deposit box in Dad's business records. Inside were Mom's jewelry, estate documents, and a letter for me, written 2 weeks before her death. My dearest Ava, it began. If you're reading this, I didn't make it. You've been my greatest joy. You're brave, strong, beautiful, and death can't change my love for you. The letter ended. Something's wrong with my treatment. Delays don't add up. I've hidden my real medical records in our safety deposit box. If I die, investigate. Trust your instincts. I moved back to our old house. The insurance money funded a cancer research trust. I couldn't touch it. Mara's decor looked desperate, so I restored Mom's belongings. In Mom's jewelry box, I found a recorder. The last recording from the day before she died. I figured it out. Daniel thinks I don't see, but I do. The delays, Mara's sudden presence when his business failed. I know about the insurance, the debts. I can't fight this, but I've documented everything. Ava will find the truth and get justice. I played it at her grave on the 5th anniversary of her death. You were right, Mom, I said. I found the truth. They paid for it. A breeze carried her favorite flowers scent. 2 years later, Mara requested a prison meeting. I went. She looked worn, her fake warmth gone. I don't regret it, she said. Your mom was weak. Her death had purpose. Purpose, I asked. Making you rich? Giving you and Dad a better life? You destroyed everything, she spat. You couldn't let it go. Let go. I laughed. You murdered my mom and said she abandoned me. You tried to make me believe I was broken. She'd have died anyway, Mara said. She had a 90% survival rate, I shot back. Withholding treatment ensured death. That's what you planned. You think you're better than us? She hissed. Your saintly mom knew Daniel's struggles. She could have demanded treatment but trusted him. Her weakness killed her. No, I said, she trusted because she loved. You manipulate because you hate. Mom died surrounded by love, even if fake. You'll die alone and everyone will know who you are. I walked away. Your dad wants to see you, Mara called. He has explanations. Tell him to explain to Mom in hell, I said without turning. Driving home, I felt free. Mara's lies couldn't touch Mom's memory. I started a blog, Stolen Truths, sharing Mom's story. Hundreds shared similar tales of fraud and delayed treatment. With Larson, I launched a nonprofit investigating insurance scams. In our first year, we convicted 12 people. The next, we stopped 4 conspiracies. On Mom's birthday, I brought letters from families we'd helped to her grave. A woman in Tennessee, saved from her husband's insurance scheme. A man in Colorado, now cancer-free. A girl safe with her grandmother. Your death wasn't in vain, I told Mom. A cardinal, her favorite bird, landed on her stone. She'd said they were messages from the lost. A voicemail from Larson waited. A new case in Arizona. More work to do, I told the cardinal. It flew off, red against the dusk. Mom's final recording had predicted I'd find the truth. She'd believed in my strength. Her death forged me, and her love lit the way for others.